Welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Tonight we're going to be working on our Orchids and Cats journal. Y'all come in and say hi. Let me know you're here. We are live on Facebook if you see the little red button at the top left. If not, it's a replay. Let me get you guys pulled up so I can see chat as soon as I can get it to pull up. So we just started this one. Tonight we're going to be working on picking out some pages for it, which I have done a little bit just to kind of give us a head start. And I think that's probably all we'll get to is picking out the signatures, but we might actually get to some decorating. We'll see. Hey Dawn, how you doing? Is my volume okay? Assume it is. All right, so let's see. Sorry, I'm a little bit ragged. I was running around the house trying to find the cat, as I didn't want him locked in here, and I couldn't find him. He was in with hubby. Figures. Okay, so let's see. A couple people. I think we are good. I'm probably just going to go ahead and pull this up so we can get started. See, my phone is definitely not working. It's stalling again. Now you want to go to Hobby Lobby? I know, right? I'll tell you a story in a minute about that. It's sweet. It's a sweet story. All right, let me pull the camera up top first. Make sure we are straight. There. Okay. Yeah, I didn't do too bad at Hobby Lobby. I'm happy with it. I spent more than I should have probably, but I didn't really get anything that I didn't need or want. You know, I didn't impulse buy too much, which is good. At it, I'm always buying too much. And then my accountant yells at me and she's like, "You're buying more than you're making." I'm like, "I know." I know. Anyway, so yeah, Hobby Lobby. So I have one Hobby Lobby that's literally like a mile from my house. And that's usually where I go. And that's where I got most of the stuff from my haul. But hubby, David, has been like, he works all over the place because of doing movie production and stuff. And so, you know, he's all over Atlanta. So he was passing by a couple on his way home. And so yesterday, or whenever, I think it was yesterday, I stopped and had him grab a couple things, trying to find the bigger pair of these scissors, which I still never found. But he got me a few things there on his way back. And then today, he like calls and he's like, "I'm on my way home, but I'm at Hobby Lobby." I'm like, "What? Why are you at Hobby Lobby again?" And he's like, "I was trying to find you the scissors." And I'm like, "Oh, babe." I'm like, "You just worked a 15-hour day. Just come home." I'm like, "You don't need to find me those scissors." So he was trying to find me more stuff at Hobby Lobby. And I was just like, "No, just come on home. You need to come home and go to bed." So anyway, there's not too many husbands that'll do that. I tell you, work a crazy job with hours like that and then still stop and try to find their wife craft supplies. Anyway, so here's our journal cover. So did y'all catch the mistake I made on this? I wasn't going to tell you. Honestly, I wasn't. I made a mistake on this cover. I didn't catch it until after the live. And I was like, "Oh." What do you think I did? Do you have a clue what I did? It was, I don't even know how I did it, honestly. I really don't. And I fixed it. It's okay. But I did make a mistake. So here's what happened. So you remember how I said that when you're doing the pocket, you got to make sure the ribbon is on the back. Okay? So when you make it, the ribbon is on the back. Well, I did that, and the ribbon was on the back. Not here, but on the back. This was supposed to be the inside. This is my inside sewing stitch that isn't as perfect. So somehow, when I went to put the cover on, I flipped it and put the cover on the wrong side. This was not coming off. This was not removable. It was not going to happen. And it was either start all over or try to fix the problem. So I ended up fixing it. And I did it pretty much the same way I fixed it the first time I messed up the pocket. But I had to go in. I had to remove all of the stitching from this side and about an inch down on each side. So I had to remove all the stitching. Then I had to weed underneath that cardboard where I had put the ribbon, because it was on this side now. I had to weed under there and open it all up with my palette knife. Fish this ribbon out from the inside. So I had to like fish it out from the inside. And then I had to feed the ribbon through the right side, which is the back side. And so I used my my pointy tool and was able to hook the ribbon and pull it through the cardboard. Oh my gosh, it took me about 45 minutes. It took me forever trying to do all that and fix it because I was not paying attention and did not make sure that I was the right direction before I put my cover on. You know, I was able to fix it. It's not ideal because I do have the kind of messed up stitching on the outside, and it's now upside down, my pattern. It's luckily, and that's why honestly I didn't notice it, because it is one of those patterns where it was very difficult to tell that this was supposed to be the front versus, you know, this being the front, because they're very similar. So if they had been a more obvious pattern, I would have caught it. I wouldn't have done that. But because it was so similar, it was an easy mistake to make. So do be careful if you have a pattern or paper on your outside, your fabric that is very similar, and make sure that your ribbon is on the back before you decorate your front. Okay, I don't think I'll do it again because now I've made that mistake and I've hopefully learned from it. But I did want to kind of let y'all know. Nobody caught it when I was doing it. At least none of y'all pointed it out, so I assume nobody caught it. I didn't catch it, but that's why. And sometimes I'll have a pocket on the inside, you know, already sewed in there, which I didn't do this time. And that will, you know, give me a hint as to which is supposed to be the outside and which is supposed to be the inside. But I didn't have any of those things, so it did kind of mess me up. But it's okay. I fixed it. It's workable. It's not the end of the world, but mistakes happen, guys. They do happen. So now we got to pick out our signature pages for this. And I've got a little bit of a groove there because I had it fold working in there. Once I put my signatures in there, it won't matter. But it is very obviously got a fold there. So I have a whole bunch of papers. The ones I showed you. So I have the kitty cat ones. These were from Scrapbook.com. And I've already cut them because I don't want you guys to have to sit here and watch me cut 100 pieces of paper, you know. So this is the kitty cat one. I left this side on here because I'm going to debate whether I want to fold it and use it for a tuck or something. So right now I've just left it instead of cutting it off. Because they're 12 by 12s and I only need them to be like 8.5 by 11. Okay, so I trimmed off the top and whatever spot I thought was good. And for this particular one, you know, these cats, it worked out for them to be the starting page of each signature. So I had 3 that were on that side. So they're going to be in my starting pages. And then I had this paper that I showed you from Amazon, that printed paper. So I put some of those in there, and some coffee dyed paper. And then this is the Stamperia papers. And I just picked out ones that, you know, were mostly background. And like I said, I've left this piece on here that's extra because I will either fold it and it'll become a tuck, or it could become something that something attaches to for a flip or something like that. So for now, I've left them. And then this is avocado dyed paper. And this is another one of the cat ones. This is the one with the paws on it. And I'm going to put the pocket separate. So the page itself for this one, and if you look back at the first video, I'm pretty sure I showed you all these papers. So you can see what they look like whole. But let's see if I can find my little cutoffs. I think this is them. All right, so this one, this paper had this at the bottom. And what I decided to do, instead of just leaving it at the bottom like that, I decided to cut the top part off and make this the pocket. So this is going to become a pocket for this center page. This is going to be a center page. And I'm just going to fold it right between there. I think I can do it. I think I can get it in the middle. Let's see. Close enough. So this will become a pocket on each of those, and I'll trim off the outsides in just a second. So that is one signature. I will probably put, I don't know, I might put a few more pages, but honestly, I'm going to have 3 signatures in this. It's a 2-inch spine. I probably don't have a lot of room for more pages in this, honestly. And these are thick. Most of these pages are scrap cardstock type pages. They're not thin. You know, this is more like coffee paper weight, maybe 32 pound, 34 pound, if I had to guess. And then my coffee paper, my copy paper is like 32 pound. I get the better weight. And so these are about that weight. But then I've got quite a few scrapbook papers that are thicker. So I have all the cutoffs that will be used for tags or whatever here and there. Some of these are actually printouts from Library of Congress. These are for tags and stuff. I got quite a few Library of Congress images that I found. So that's what all that is. And then just all the different drops from the pages. I sewed on a couple just for fun. It's going to be we'll probably make a belly band or something. I had my sewing machine out. I was like, I might as well use it. So, second signature, we've got Black Kitty. This is a Bombay. I have the little tags somewhere that say what each of these cats are, because I should know, but I'm drawing a blank for some reason. I think it's a Bombay. Little pieces that I cut off of there. They're probably in that pile. I saved them because they do have information on them. It was one of those papers that had the edges. Where did I put them? Let me just pull everything out of this box. Oh, I see them. They're buried underneath. Okay, there. So these were, like I said, scrapbook.com. So yeah, Bombay is what this guy is. And then we have a ragamuffin somewhere. I think it's on the other one. American short hair brown tabby, which is, I believe, this one. A Bengal, which is this one. And then I think is this the ragamuffin? Or is that a Persian? That's a Persian, isn't it? I think that's the Persian. Threw it on the floor. Yeah, I think that's the Persian. And then, let's see. Where is the other one? Is that the ragamuffin? Yeah, I think so. I think that's the ragamuffin. Oh, that ain't it. Oh, there it is. Ragamuffin. So, they're all very similar. I didn't have, but I think 2 of the other cats. I only bought 5 for some reason. I didn't buy an even number, which I don't know why. So on this one, I've got this paper, or yeah, this paper instead. This just floral. But these 2 have another cat, one on them, and then just the kitty cats. So they've all got one of the antique papers that I found on Amazon. There's a link, I think. I'm not sure if I shared the link on my favorites. I think I did, but I got it through somebody else's YouTube, so I may have just shared her YouTube. Because I'm not affiliated with Amazon right now, so. And then that was another one of those, coffee dyed, scrapbook paper, avocado paper. This is going to be the center for this one. And then this is the center for this one. So I think that's what I've decided. That's 3. And I think once I start filling them up, it will be enough. I can always add more because I haven't sewed it in yet. So if I want to add another page of avocado dyed or coffee dyed or whatever, I can do that. Or if I want to washi tape one of my other 8x8s together or something, I have some other options, or any of those new papers I just bought that would look good. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 is 24. So, because you have to count front and back of each side. So this is 6 times 2, this is 6 times 2. Okay, so 24. So probably each one should have 24 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did them all the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So 24 times 3 is 4, 8, 12, 72. So that's a decent start. Now, whether or not I add any more, I think we will kind of play that by ear, because I don't want it getting too crazy full, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So we're going to probably play that by ear. Now, the question is, do I want to add any decorating? Are any of these white backgrounds? I feel like one of them was. Maybe not. I don't think I have any white backgrounds, which is very surprising. So almost all of my papers are double-sided this time. That happens rarely, very rarely. So I did most of the work for the signatures, I guess. I wasn't sure if I was going to or not. I thought about adding some, like, Theodosia. I think these are Theodosia. These colors are nice. So if I feel like I need to add more pages, I will probably add maybe something like this. But I don't think I want to do it yet. And then I had that avocado paper that had the flowers on it, which I kind of like. So I may end up adding, I don't have 3 of them though. I only had 2 pieces left. I have a grid, and then I have 2 regular pieces that I put this floral pattern on, one with a stencil. And thought about doing that on this one and adding that, but this is avocado, but it's a whole lot lighter. They don't have to all be the same, or I could even use the grid. This grid is a little short, I'm not sure what the measurements are on it. It's probably like an A4 or something. Although it doesn't seem that long, so I don't know what the measurement is on that grid. It's an odd measurement, honestly, because the rest of these are 8.5 by 11. And it is just a little bit smaller, just a fraction. So I have no idea. I have the pad, but I don't, does it even say? It's old. It's very, very, very old. I've had it forever. What does it say? How do you know which one it is? Oh, it's this, I guess. So number 18. Is that an 18? 4. They're calling it an A4. 8.3 by 11.7. So that's the size of that. I got this at a clearance at Borders many, many, many years ago. And I'm finally using it. Because I don't think I used it until I started doing junk journal stuff. So that will be our signatures. I'm not sure which one I want in the front. It doesn't really matter per se. I'll probably put the colorful one. Mr. Short-haired Tabby. So that will fit in there pretty nicely, I think. So we're looking at that. And these long ones will be trimmed, so it really comes to about there. And then by the time I fill that all out, I think we will be probably good, honestly. So we'll kind of play that by ear. So that's where we're at. Y'all like it? Like the things I picked out? All right, so I can think about whether I want to add any flip outs. I think that's where I'll go next. So like I said, I've added some, I left some of these tabs. So first let's go ahead and get this pocket in here, because I don't think I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do a pocket on the other centers. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, honestly. I'm not 100% sure yet, so. But I am going to fix this because I know what this is doing. So let's trim this to fit. Should I fix it? I should fix it. I can probably move it over just a fraction. It's really hard to fold because it's cardstock. Okay. I think that's more centered. Yeah, that's better. All right, so that's going to go there. We're just going to set that in and trace it. So I think that's the easiest way to do it. All right, so let's trim that. Of course, I forgot to grab my trimmer, so we'll just use scissors. I make it inside. Let me see if I need to make it inside any. I might need to come in just, does this have a top or a bottom? No, it does not. All right, so let's see. I just want to make sure that it is well seated since it is the center. I'm just going to squish it in there real good. Give it a little, crisp it up with the bone folder. Okay. Yeah, this should be about right. I'll just come in just slightly. Ideally, I wanted to use my my guillotine, but it is all the way across the room. So we're just gonna go for it. I'm just coming in about a 1/16 of an inch. It's really hard to see. I'm gonna come in this way. That way I have a little bit of room for gluing. Okay. Yeah. All right, so let's glue that down. Just going to turn into pockets, so I think I will do one at a time. Probably. I am going to put a little bit on the center because I really don't want it moving. Make sure I'm the right way. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and do that side. I should be able to put this on here after. Make sure that I'm in the center. Glue on my finger. All right, now I'll do this side. I think I'm only going to leave the glue on that one side. I'm not going to put it on this side too, just in case it's a little off. I don't want it to buckle weird there. So I think I'll just do the one. When I sew it, it'll be, you know, locked in there anyway. That should help. Wow, that looks really crooked. Might have to trim that. Okay. It's being weird on me. See if I can get that to cooperate. There. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I might trim that edge just a fraction. It's because it's got that fold. And when it's flat, it moves. It's still not laying right. Almost needed to cut that. Is that working? That's better. Okay, now it seems to be. It's still buckling. What? Why are you buckling? I mean, I kind of know why, but I might have to cut it. It doesn't want to. I'm trying to figure it out why it's being weird. I don't know if it's a real issue. Chances are it won't fold completely flat anyway. Alright, that's closer. I'm going to leave it there and see how that goes. I'm going to trim this little bit of bottom off here that's on there crooked. If I can. It's a teeny fraction. Right there. Might have to throw some more glue there. May end up putting lace or something there, or washi tape, maybe some washi tape just to kind of camouflage. This side's a little bit off from this side. Probably because of my center. Seems like it's holding. Okay. Alright, I think that'll work. Should I throw some washi tape on there? I do have a whole container of kitty cat washi tape, guys. I gotta use it. Let's see. What do we got? Where did I hide it? It's in a box. It says washi tape. There it is. What do we got in here? I've barely looked at these. I haven't even opened them. This was from Amazon. If I didn't put it on my favorites, y'all let me know and I'll stick it on there for you. I'm not going to keep this plastic. Good thing my cat's not in here. He loves plastic. favorite thing in the world to chew on. Hey, Cindy. All right, let's see. Now, these aren't all cats, but there are a lot of cats in here. So, let's see. Some of it's just, if I have anything that color works with. These are just little houses. These are kitty cats. Of course, they're not going to be the right direction. These are bunnies. Stars and moons. More kitty cats. They're kind of kitty cats. They're, you know, I'm sure they're AI kitty cats. They don't look super real. That blew my arc. Just see how far it comes into the paw. I don't think they're pink. I don't know what these are. I think they're birds. There's some funny looking things in this. I'll tell you guys. Look, I'll show you. Look. They're cute. They're supposed to be like kawaii. So it's just called washi tape. I feel like it's called cute or kawaii. Cute washi. And they are cute. So here, I'll just show you them in case you want to take a peek. Like a light over there. I'm just going to grab a few at a time. These are fish. What is that one? Oh, stars and moons, I think. These are big kitty cat. I guess it's just the one big kitty cat. What else did I do? Did I do these? So, a lot of cute things. Like some bunnies. Little houses. The houses are kind of cute. And carrots, I think. So, that is that. Don't throw them on the floor. I think these are trees. Can you tell if there's something at the bottom of the trees? I don't think so. So maybe that one. I want to see how it fits. If it doesn't fit right, I won't use it. I could always fold it around the edge, depending on what it looks like. Trying to mostly worry about the color. Oh, what are these? Are they bears? I think they're bears. They're supposed to be polar bears or something. Some of them it's really hard to tell. It's like, I think that's black kitty cats. Little funny ducks. Alright, let's see what this one looks like, I think. I just kind of want to camouflage that. Like I said, I may add lace later too, but... And I don't absolutely have to do both sides. If I can find the starting point. I kind of feel it. I don't have fingernails, so... Alright, Mike, behave. Where is it? There it is. Just want to see how far down it goes. I think this side will be fine. I'm a little worried about the other side. So yeah, that side will be fine. What about this side? Can I clear the paw? You know, I can clear that paw enough. That'll be cute. I might separate it right there, just so that it doesn't affect the pocket. And I might put some on the edge here. That'd be cute, right? All right, let's do that. I'm going to put glue because it's washi tape. It's not meant to be permanent. Washi tape is meant to be temporary. I should be able to split that. I'm not going to put it on the tape because it's just trickier. I'm just going to put it on here. Just enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'll just go over the edge and figure that out in a minute. But I'm trying to stay. Oops, quit moving. It's hanging over the edge of my table. I'm just trying to line up that, because I'm not going to go over it. I'm going to just try to stay right there. Where's my little scissors? It's cute. It's actually really cute tape. So what I'm going to do for that spot is just grab my blade and very gently just separate the washi. You can't go too deep, you got to be careful. So where's my, there, just enough so that it still has that little pocket. Put this back on so I don't chop myself. Where's that box? I need to throw these in here. Should I use a different one on that part, or should I not put one? Maybe I'll put something else, like ribbon or something. I don't know. I don't know if I want to use the same washi. I'm just going to throw these in here. I will organize them later, as it'll take me an hour to get them all in the right area. So we're just going to toss them for now. All right, let's do this side. It doesn't have to be a ton of glue, just a little bit to give it that extra. Little extra. See if I can get this on there. Try not to pull too hard or you'll make your paper curl. Cardboard. I can't suck it. Little scissors. I wonder if the Tim Holtz ones are better. Of course, do I really want to glue them up? It's so much better. They're just easier. Alright, so then we want to chop that little spot there. It doesn't take a whole lot of pressure, and if you're careful you won't go through the whole thing. You just want to open it up so that, you know, when you're putting your tag or whatever in there, you've still got that opening. Okay, that's cute, right? I like it. It almost needs something there just because it's hard to see where it ends because it's the same paper. So maybe I will put something there. Maybe a ribbon or something. I have to decide what I'm going to do with all these. So this is another pad I bought. It's a 6x6. It's called Yasmin. Cute cat pattern. It's $8.99 regularly on Amazon, and I got it for $6.74 during Prime Day. But it's really adorable. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but they're super, super cute. It's so pretty. There's more than that in there, but I'm flipping fast. Other than the large sheets, I think that was the only cat paper I bought extra. And then I did buy one of these just because I thought the colors were great. And I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's cardstock. Just really pretty colors and florals that I thought I should be able to use for tags or something. And this, a lot of the colors just matched really well. Not cat themed, but you know, I got 40% off on the 40% off day. So y'all time your shopping because they always have that 40% off papers. So, and this is what I have left in the 8x8 pad, which if I need another page, I can, like we did one on the, was it the Alice journal? We took some fabric and glued them together on the inside. These would make good pages. I thought about doing it so I could use this clock. The problem is to cut it to the 6, 5.5, 6. What am I at? 5.5. To cut it to 5.5, it's not quite the whole clock. I would still lose just a little bit of that border, so it's still just too big. Even if I made a half a page, and then I would lose the cat on the back. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I may chop it and use half and half somewhere. That's kind of where I'm leaning on that one, because for my journal it's still not gonna fit. All right, so this is cute. We gotta put something there. All right, let me look at my stash. I don't think I want one of the other washies. I could, let me see. So that's like trees. The color is good, but I don't know that it matches. None of the other colors are great. I don't think. That's too thick. It would still have to be a thin one. These are stars and moons. It's not bad. Carrots don't fit. So the only one that in this batch, these are the only two I think color-wise that really match. And one is houses and the other one is stars and moons. Not houses, it's trees. So, let's look at my ribbons. I'm sure I have a ribbon of some sort. I have blue, I have green. What about this green? Oh, that's pretty. It's very contrasting. Yeah, I like that. I think I will do that. So we'll just glue a ribbon on there. I like the contrast of it. All right, so I'll probably just go off the edge a little bit. I dyed that with, what color did I use for that? Probably Liquitex Phthalo Green, I think. Might have had some tumble glass in it, but I am pretty sure I used this one, which is Liquitex Phthalo Green and a little bit of distilled water. I think that's what I used. And those are just Liquitex acrylic inks. All right, so Fabri-Tac or art glitter, either will work. I might just go with art glitter for this. I'm debating on, it's crocheted ribbon, so it's a little bit thick. Maybe Fabri-Tac's a safer bet. We'll go with Fabri-Tac. I hate Fabri-Tac, guys. I don't hate it. I have a love-hate relationship with Fabri-Tac. I'm gonna try to put it on this first, I think. No, I'm gonna try to put it on the paper. You know what, where's my plastic? Because I don't want to get glue on the other side. Hold on, I got plastic here somewhere. Where are you hiding? There's one sheet. Will it fit in there? Oh, that'll fit on that side. And do I have another sheet sitting here? Probably. Yes. Let's move these guys This is just acetate. But a lot of times it's not, it doesn't quite fit, but it's close. I just use it because it helps me not to make a mess. So I'm just going to put a little bit. Hopefully it'll stick to that washi tape. If not, I may have to throw a little bit of double stick tape on there. We'll see. It might stick. Try not to go all the way to the edge. Ooh, that's drying fast. Coming out better. Should have grabbed the Sugar Bell one. Alright, let's see. On the right side. I think it's this side. Alright. Trying to get it right on that edge if I can. We'll see how it sticks on that edge. It may or may not stick. Hi, Deborah. Sometimes washi tape is hard to stick to because it's slippery. And if it feels like it's not going to stick, a little double stick tape will work. But sometimes you can get the Fabri-Tac to stick enough as long as you don't put a lot of pulling on it. But usually if you try to just pull it off, it'll just come right off. So we're just gonna hope for the best. Could possibly rough it up and try it, but maybe it'll stay. All right, that's cute. Pull out my acetate. Make sure my pockets are still open. Everything's still open. We're good. There we go. That turned out cute. I like it. Okay, that was in. Oh, there it is. It's in front of me. This one. It's still warpy. It just really wants to buckle on me. I might have to chop it. That's the problem. When you're dealing with centers, sometimes it just doesn't want to lay flat. Where'd that go? There it is. Where's that Sugar Bell bottle? So I'm just going to cut it. It won't be that noticeable that it's trimmed. Probably should have just cut the whole thing and did it in 2 pieces, but just want to make sure that it doesn't buckle weird. Make sure there's no sticky going through either. All right, we're good. So there's that. This page has this little flap. So I'm just gonna stick that up there. Trying to figure out a place to put it. So what's on the other side? Nothing important. Okay, so I think I want to try to make a couple of fold outs. So this is not a center. It's just in the middle somewhere. So what we're going to do is fold this on our edge. I'm half tempted to score it. Where's my scory thing? hard to see. I have a black line on this scoreboard that I use. Not if I move it. Oh my goodness. Try to hold it still. Stay. Alright, now if I can find the thing. I never keep it in the holder here. I could just use my stylus, but this is better. Alright, I'm just going to give that a little score. It'll make it fold a little bit easier. Hopefully a little bit cleaner. Alright, so it's not really enough for like a full out tuck. I mean, you could tuck something in there, but it won't be quite as good. Totally still not even, but they're not on the same page, so nobody will ever know. Honestly. I could just score all of those while I got this out. Let's just do that. I might as well grab the ones that need scored. I'll never figure out where they go. Maybe a straw line. A line isn't a big deal. I'm just going to put a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. Then I can line it up to my black line there. But I don't know what I'm going to do. They could end up getting cut off, which is perfectly fine. Either way is fine. This goes on the outside. Outside of this. Stay. And then that one's already done. Let's grab this one. There's only one in there. Oh, there's two. So this one first. It's just easier if I just go ahead and do them. Then I'll have to worry about it. Oh, lost my pencil. That folding isn't honestly quite even. There. And this one. So I thought a little flip would be fun, or I don't know, something like that. Could even just make it a tuck, but it would be a very small tuck. I haven't done a lot of flip outs though. Flip outs can be fun. Okay, I can tell that's not straight. Why are you not laying flat? Lay flat. Trying to buckle. Go stress out about it. Oh, that doesn't look right. No, that's right. Oh, that's from the first one. That's why. Okay. 1, 2. We'll sit you down there. There should be 2 in this one. Don't think there's anything. Yeah, no. Make sure I'm not going to hit something. I don't think any of these have anything on the back. That will be a problem. Of course, doing it on your scoreboard isn't necessarily the best surface. Where do you think that went? I think it went there. Okay, that's my main one. Give me your kitty cat. A lot of times I usually just cut this off, but, you know, as I was doing it, I was kind of like, yeah, it might be fun not to do that. Them. Go back to our original. This goes between the pink paper and the brown paper. So it goes there. So it will have this color. So what can we do with that? Lots of things I could do. Not the whole length though. Oh, they're 8, that's why. They're 8 by 8. It's not a big deal, but I kind of wish it was the whole length. What else do I have? I have the end pages that I took off. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same. I could even make 2 pocket things, probably. To think about this. So I have all kinds of papers. Let's see. We have these papers. And I'm just going to pull this out. I want these papers. And then I've got all those end pages. One too that's really cool looking. This is a Library of Congress image. I was trying to see how it looked with those colors. It's not bad with those colors. I might use that one. Cats. Oh, this is a pocket. I made this for the center of something. I'll have to remember what I made that for. I don't know. I made it for something. I might use that. That could be fun. I think it's the right height. I think it looks good with those colors. Whew, melting. So, Library of Congress image. I just printed it out this size, which happens to be 8.5. And that's just by luck, obviously. So, but it's a little Asian lady, and she's got like it's a tiger on here, and then her little kitty cat there. So cute. It's by Locke Kubo Shunman, 1757 to 1820. They didn't have an exact year, but in between those years, so it's an old image. But that could be fun as a flip out, right? Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. So I'm just going to glue it to this. I'll probably erase the thing. I might back it with something just so it's prettier. So I keep these on here. I write them down because sometimes y'all want to know. And when I save my images, in your camera, there's a little eye, it's for identification or something, or info. I don't know what it's for. But there's a little eye. If you click on that eye, you can make comments. And in those comments, when I save pictures, I always write where I got it from and what the year is, stuff like that, important stuff. That way, if I ever need to know or look back and see, is that copyrighted, not copyrighted, and, make sure I'm safe and all that, That's why. And then as I'm showing them to you, I usually will write it on here in pencil just so that y'all know where they came from. In case you want to go get it yourself, you can. It's a free image for everybody. Alright, so we're going to do that, and then put something on the back of it. Something that will blend in with this. That is almost identical to the fabric I used. I just noticed that. That's interesting. Alright, so what will blend in good with that? I could possibly use just a stencil. We'll see. Pink stripes. I don't know if I'll find anything in here, but I thought I'd look. Just a plain green is pretty. I don't think I'm going to turn it into a pocket. I think I'm going to leave it a flip. Let me think about that. Because if it's a pocket, it won't matter. I don't need anything to back it. If it's not a pocket and it's a flip, just to, like, what I'll do is maybe attach it somehow. I haven't thought all this through, but I could attach it somehow, and then stuff could be put in there, but you would still see like the back. Or I just attach it and attach the ends and make it a pocket. I don't like pockets on the inside because once your journal gets all full and stuffed, you can't sometimes open it, you know, like it may not open fully, and it's very difficult to get things in like that. But as long as it's a removable pocket, you could still get to it. So I think we're safer doing that. So I think I will cover the back because of that. So that's my logic. Let's see. I have lots of plain, I have a ton of stencils too, guys. I went through, guys, I have been so guilty of not using my stencils. I'm telling you. I'm trying to see if I have anything already stenciled that I could just use. I mean, I probably do. I have this paper that I stenciled on the other day. And that's pretty. I could use just that and glue it on there. It's kind of more cream. Oh, that's kind of white. Maybe we'll just leave it. Okay, so I went through my stencils and just to see background pages. That's what I was interested in. Things that I could use for scrapbooking. I had so many. No idea how many I have. I mean, just so many that, and a lot of them are from Stencil of the Month Club. But I just really hadn't used them because they get put away into that month and then I forget about them. This is real pretty. This, like, I don't know if it's Baroque or if it's Damask, but it's very similar to that. So I think I'm going to use that. This is from August 2022, Essential Stencil, Stencil of the Month Club. It's an add-on. I'm sure it's not available. Most of the things that I have are old. I mean, I've had them for a long time. But I went through and I picked out all of my different background type. And I've got 3 envelopes full of these. Maybe more, but at least 3. So I have a bunch. I don't know how many. Probably 50. If I had to guess. But this will be pretty. It matches that very well. Just got to pick a color. So let's put this on the back. Maybe pink. Something that will match that pink color there. Just to give that something. Alright, stay there. So probably just that middle section, I think. See where it looks best. About there, centered-ish. That's pretty. Find something to tape this with. How you doing, Lori? It's all right. We're just playing around. Make sure that's not going to move. I don't really trust that paper not to move. Let's see if I can find a spot that, actually I don't want to use this tape. I don't trust that. Let's use this tape. I don't really trust that paper not to move. But I don't want to tape anywhere I'm going to put design either, so I'll try to get in between there. Now I move my stencil. There, that'll work. I think that'll hold the paper. Just line this back up, kind of, sort of. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it looks feasible. Just trying to go through my table there, but maybe I'll put some there. All right, so let's pick a color. I think I know I have oxide and pickled raspberry. That might be too bright. It's perfect for that avocado dye, isn't it? I think I've been using campfire. Let me get a piece of scrap. Can I find a piece of scrap floating around here? You would think I would be able to find a piece of scrap easy, but it's not always easy. All right, we'll just grab a piece of cardstock. I know I have that. Or cracker box. Always have cracker box. Not ideal. What is this one? Saltwater taffy. Oh, that's better. Saltwater taffy it is. It's almost dry. Like I said, these are old. So I'm going to use this dauber because I think I'll get a better chance of getting it on there. If I use the brushes, I won't be able to get enough ink out of it. And I think I'm going to leave the background white. If it looks too white, then I might go over it with just a little bit of antique linen or something. But I'm going to do this first. I'm having to daub it because, like I said, this ink is drying out on me. So I bought a few of the inks that they had at Hobby Lobby, but they didn't have a lot of colors at mine. And I've had my mini inks for 3 years maybe, I'm guessing. A stencil's got a lot of pointies. You gotta kind of try not to bend them up. But I've never used this stencil. I've had this stencil for what? What did I say? 2022. I've had it a year. 2 years. I haven't even used it. And it's so pretty. It's because I forgot I had it. I didn't know. It was in my add-ons and to the back of my mind. So I just took all of the background ones that I could find out of my sets, and I marked them all so I wouldn't lose them if I need to, you know, put them back together at some point. And I just put those in envelopes that say backgrounds so that I can just go through my background piles when I'm looking for a background stencil. Because a lot of the ones I have are background stencils. This is a little more time consuming than I thought it was going to be. It's like I can't swirl because it's too pointy. It's got a bunch of pointies. It's like the areas that aren't pointy you can swirl, but when you get these little flower bits, they're very pointy. Alright, did I get it all? I think so. I think I got it all. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Make sure I don't bend nothing. Alrighty. There we go. Pretty. That's pretty. These just wipe off with water. You can just literally just wipe them off. Clean very easy. I usually just, you can just use a wipe. You can just run it under water, but honestly a wipe usually works perfectly fine. So I'm just give it a quick wipe. I have a towel here somewhere. There it is. Just make sure it's dry. Put that away. Okay. So let's see if this is too bright. If it's too bright, like I said, I can tone it down. It might be a little bright. Yeah, we'll tone it down a little. It's just a fraction brighter than I want. So for that, I'll use a brush. And I think antique linen. If I can find my antique linen. Let's see. Freaking burlap, antique linen. I'm just gonna, oops, let me get something to do this on. So I'm just gonna try to real lightly tone this down. It'll tone down the pink a little too, but that's fine. And you can also print things on the other side of your images when you're printing them out. If you want to take the time to flip it and do a double-sided print. I just don't bother because honestly I never know what I'm going to do with them. And that way I don't, waste ink. But if you have one and you know you're going to use it and need the backside, then you could do that. Let's see if that's enough. Probably. It's probably enough. I've seen people just use the thing straight. I'm not sure if it'll go on there even. I would get more ink out of it. I'm going to try it on something. Let me see. Sometimes they go on okay. But sometimes they show the edges too much. It's not bad. I might try that a little bit. It'll be just a little bit heavier. And just a little more splotchy, so more antique-y. That's actually not too bad. There. Okay, that's better. Now I've got more color. All right. Put that over there. I just want to kind of buff this a little bit. I do have some microglaze sitting there. Just don't want it coming off. All right, that's good. Right here. So this is going to glue to my back one's trying to sneak out on me. Just going to glue to that like this. So we'll put glue here. So I'm going to pull this away from the others because they're getting in my way. Okay. Just glue that there. Where's my bone folder? I now have to decide how I want to close that. From the right direction. Do I want to ink that? I probably should. Just because it'll... What color is this? scorched timber. That's very, very dark. No, let's go with frayed burlap. It's got a little bit of a greenish tone to it. Let's go with this. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of an edge. It's very wet. It's going on very dark. Looks good with that color though. Okay. It's a new pad, so it's pretty dark. I feel like I have ink all over me. All right, back to gluing. Our glitter should hold this fine. All right, let's see. Try and get as close to that without oozing through. I might throw my acetate under there. Don't really trust that not to ooze. All right, we're going to try and line this up. I am just on this side of that fold. There. That's good. That works. All right, so it's going to be a flip out. And then we got to close it with something. What can I close it with? All right, let's see. What can I close this with? I think I want to close it. Where are my die cuts? What if I made it tuck under something? I'm kind of thinking out loud, guys. I have a whole thing of circles somewhere too. I'll have to find them. Might have the thicker die cuts in these. I don't know. Let me see if I can find that. Kitty cat is kind of cute. Orchids, of course, are cute. But let me grab the die cut one. I'll leave that for a second. Where are the die cuts? Nope. Where are you guys hiding? Okay. Let's see what we have left in die cuts. Okay. I'm just thinking I could make it tuck. That's way too big. Too big. Has to be smaller. Have another one of the kitties. For you. I don't know if this kitty. Not sure about the colors. Let me see where this ends. Right there. It's too big anyway. It'll be too much of a tuck. Has to be a smaller tuck than that. Has to be just enough that you can, you know, tuck it under, but not so much that you bend it. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, it doesn't quite. I could cut off part of that. Kitty cat. Maybe just floating in the middle there. So none of those, I don't think. I don't think it's the right direction. Bird's too big. I'm leaning toward the envelope. Yeah, it's still too big. All right, so either this or the envelope. Those are my best choices. See if y'all are going to say anything. If not, I will decide. All right, so right there. Maybe the envelope gives me a good edge. The envelope. All right. Oops, I just stuck that die cut in one. Try to keep them in the right pages, groups. We'll go with the envelope. So has this been trimmed? It has been trimmed a little bit, so it's not quite as thick as it was. It's probably about half as thick as it was to begin with. Trying to make sure I can see where that is. I just want it just to catch just a little bit so we can tuck things in there. I think about there. Okay. What glue shall I use? I guess art glitter. So I think only to maybe there. So just this bottom half. Should be sufficient. Right about there. Just gotta make sure I just keep folding it so I can see the line. Just want it just to catch. I think that looks good. I hope so, because it's done. It's on there now. It's not coming back off. Okay. That'll dry pretty fast. That'll be a fun little, just a tuck away hiding spot. This is on cardstock, so it's a little bit thick. But put something in there, a letter or something. That'll be fun. I like it. All right. What else time do I have time for? It's 10:30. Let's see. I could play with another one of these. Where's the rest of that? There it is. Goes like that. guess. I'm not sure. Go away, bug. Really? I don't know if I wanted... I was going to figure out where this goes. I cut it out thinking I was going to make a pocket. I remember thinking that it was going in a pocket. I just don't know where my thoughts were on it. I think at one point I had thought about putting it here instead of the paws, and I was going to do that instead. But I like the paws better anyway. But I'll use it somewhere for a pocket. Let's see if there's any other spots that would go. Since how I already sewed it up all pretty. Not there. That's got all that. Possibly there. It could be pretty. Maybe this side has got the butterfly too. I still want to waste it because I know I had intentionally, I think I was going to put it on that paw page, was my first thought. And I changed my mind, so let's see. Let's look at this last one. Make sure there's nothing in here I'm forgetting. But there it is. So it might be a good choice for those. Oh, was it this? Oh, it was totally this. Yep. That's totally what it was. This is my other center page from this one. Let's try not to stick them all together. It does look really pretty there, but I can always just sew another piece of something there. All right, so that's what it was. It was this center page. All right. Well, let's put it where I made it to go. So this center page. So the question is, do I want to try to glue it again and fight with it buckling? Or do I want to just go ahead and cut it? I really think I just want to keep it whole. Try to keep it, try to get it to actually fold in the right spot. Shall I just score it? Oh my goodness, I can't see this line. Nope, we'll find a sharper pen. I'm just trying to see this line. I can erase it if I need to. So if I put that there, just a little bit over. Where's the line? Oh, you totally went too far down. Okay. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay. So right there is where I need to score. And right there. So let's score it. If I can find my scoreboard. Hopefully I can get it in that center. Make sure I'm the right way. So when I glued this, this is actually two pieces. Just so you know, when I glued this piece and this piece together and sewed it, what I made sure was that the side that overlapped is on the bottom. Okay, because what you want to do is make sure of that, because when you go to put your tag in, you don't want it catching. Okay, so if I had overlapped the other way, then when I went to put my tag in this way, it would snag. Okay, So I overlapped it that way. That way I'm not hitting that. And it's just awkward. It's one of those things you could finagle it and, you know, get it to go in right, but it just kind of saves you a little bit of aggravation. If you, when you're gluing things like that, you do keep that in mind. Or, you know, at the very least, back it with a whole piece so that you don't have any kind of edge like that, because those edges can be quite frustrating. So I'm just going to make sure this sits in there. I can trim it if I have to, but the center is the hardest part, I think, to get just right. We're going to try again. I'll trim it after. All right, we're going to try this again. Let's see if I can get it to kind of sort of lay flat. I could cut it, I guess, but where's my glue? I just really hate doing that. So do I want it to be right on the center this time? Let's try that. It doesn't have to glue a lot there, just enough. I'm going to try to put it right on the center. This it'll have sewing too. Just making sure I'm in there. See, it's still crooked. Very crooked. All right, that didn't work at all. It just keeps getting crooked on me. All right, that's where it needs to be. Stay. Stay, stay, stay. Try that way. Feels okay. I don't think I want a groove or anything. Or a notch. I don't think. I don't know. Should I put a notch? I don't think I might put lace or something there. Let me see if I have, real quick, a little piece of lace that I can test and see if that's what I want to do. I don't think this green. I think everything I have is going to go over that pattern and look weird. I don't really want it to go over that pattern. I'm trying to see the smallest laces I have. This is white. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oops. Throwing stuff on the floor. I'll find it sooner or later. Nah. Alright. We'll put a notch. I mean, I could still put a lace if I had to, but I think I'm going to put a notch. Just a couple of small notches. Just want to do it before I glue it, otherwise I'll never get it in there. Just a little notch. I'm going to trim this just a little. I don't want to trim it perfect because it might bow. But I kind of need to see where the center is. Okay. Think about there. All right. A couple little notches. And then since I notched it, I'll ink it a little. Where's my pen thing? There it is. Oh, it's getting glue on it. Get off there. All right. Ink. Just vintage. Could do even a green something. I don't know. I think it has enough browns in it. We'll just do vintage. I'm just trying to do this before I glue it, or else I won't be able to. At least not easily. I'll ink that later because that's fine. But the top, you can't. Totally got ink there. Oh well, just looks more rustic, right? Okay. Now we're going to glue these sides and hope for the best. This one I know lines up, the other one does not. Feels okay. So this one, oh, did you really? A little bit of glue there. It oozed on me. Where's my ink? I'm just gonna camouflage that. Boo-boo there. I don't think it even shows, but all right. And I think I'll just do this side. I'm not sure where it's going to hit, so. Okay. See how that folds. Kinda, sorta. It always buckles. Every time. Don't know why. As it mostly folds flat. Okay, I think that's good enough. All right, let's trim this. Scissors. Oh, where they went? Oh, you see. Sewing there. So that works for that other center. Still a little wonky, but I don't know how to get around it, honestly. I just don't. I don't know how to get it to completely lay flat there. No matter what I do, it wants to move when I fold it. I mean, I know why. I understand the logic. It's because when things are folded, they get shorter. But I didn't want to have the disconnect there because it is a center page. That is, I guess, the problem with putting a pocket on a center page like that and not having it two separate pockets, is that you do have to kind of deal with it buckling a little. Just a tiny bit. All right, I think that's all right. As long as it's holding. Appears to be holding. Where's that ink at? I might go ahead and ink the edge of that one. On the other side, pretty much the same thing. I'm mostly inking it because it's got a little bit of an overlap there. Kind of help camouflage it just a little. Okay, I'm happy with it. That's good enough. All right, where did this one go? It went in here. So that's the center of that one. What time is it? Almost 20 minutes till. Not sure I have time to do another one. Now, as you're doing these signatures, and you are having folds, something to keep in mind is how picky on your edges, okay? Because as you put your signatures in, each one moves over from this side just a little bit. So this middle one is going to stick out more than the first one, okay? But if you have a pocket on there like that, or a flip, you won't be able to trim it or anything. This one I actually cut a little uneven, so my pocket is, it's actually shorter than the piece on the other side. So I can actually go ahead and trim that just to even it out just a little bit better. And it's something I sometimes try to worry about, but honestly, a lot of times I end up putting lace on there, so it's not as big of a deal. So I'm going to trim this piece just a fraction, I think. I'm kind of debating if it's worth it or not, but I think I will trim it. I know it's got the pocket, but it shouldn't hurt it. I might have to glue it again, but other than that, it shouldn't hurt it. I'm going to just give it a little bit of a shave, just so it's more even with the other piece there. And if I have to, I'll glue it some more, but chances are I got the glue far enough in, it won't matter. Okay, let's see. Yep, still good, still good. All right, so there, that one's shaved just a little teeny bit. That's pretty good. That's relatively even. Let's see how the others are real quick. I didn't even think about doing that. Sometimes I forget. And sometimes it's really obvious. Sometimes when you don't have that many pages, it doesn't get as far in. But if I have like 10 pages, that inside one's a good 1/4 of an inch shorter. So it will become more and more obvious the further in. So I could probably trim these two. That back one's not even, so I could trim this one just a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I could trim it. I folded it over a little more, so I can just trim right there, I think. Let me make sure there's no pockets or flips that I'm going to cut. Nope, no pockets or flips I'm going to cut. So it's something to keep in mind. You might want to do it first, or just cover it up with lace. You know, I'm not gonna have that one there because I'm gonna cut it in the wrong spot. And sometimes it doesn't end up mattering because I end up moving stuff around. So half the time it doesn't end up really mattering, but we shall see. I do like them to be somewhat even. They don't have to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. Is this the last one? I'm trying to see which one I just did. Oh, I forgot. Is it this one? No. It's this one. Yeah. They're not bad. They're actually, they only stick out a fraction. This one's sticking out pretty far. That one. I don't think I want to mess with that though because it's got the washi and the other thing, so I'm just going to leave it stick out. It's fine. I'll camouflage it with lace. It won't be a big deal. I think that is a good start to our signatures. We're going to call it quits there. It's getting late and I know hubby's probably wanting to get to bed. Alrighty, so we will be back on Friday to work some more on this, but we're getting there. This is probably going to be honestly thick enough, but if there's a possibility I'll add more pages. I just don't know. But I have a feeling that it's going to be, because you know how I pack stuff in there, guys, and I always underestimate my size, so I'm trying to be better. So that's where we're at. We, got our signature pages picked out. We've got a little bit of pockets and stuff done, tucks. We did this one page with this little tuck. And we'll do more things with these, or we'll just cut them off. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, pocket. I like it. I think it is looking pretty. Don't know if it qualifies as a junk journal. This one's leaning more toward a journal, scrapbook journal, you know, art journal, whatever you want to call it. Junk journal, I feel like needs a little more junk, and we're using a lot of scrapbook pages with this one. You know, it still has the Amazon packaging in there, so it does have some junk, and I will use tags that are junk too. But, you know, we use that word loosely. I'll just say that. Some people get really offended when you say they're junk journals and you haven't used all junk, but I rarely use all junk. So, this will be centered. It'll be about that far down. So room for any embellishing or anything. If I want to put tabs that stick up or anything like that. And plenty of room for lace over here. I've got a good, almost an inch. So I think it'll be cute. All right, that is it, guys. I'll see you guys on Friday. Did I miss something? I'm trying to look at my comments. Oh, Lori said she saw the haul too. Nothing Tim Holtz was on sale. Keep checking back because, like I said, the first time I went, just 4 days ago now. The first time I went was 4 days ago. They didn't have anything on sale. And then they finally marked it down, I guess, 2 days ago. So it's done by district. So just check back. And you can call them. They'll tell you. If you call them and say, hey, have you guys started marking down the Tim Holtz stuff or Paper Studio stuff yet? They'll tell you. So don't drive out there, you know, if you don't need to. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll see you guys on Friday, and take care. Bye now.